I never quite understood people's fear of clowns. Like, they're not scary to me. They're just kind of like, they make me embarrassed. Like, I'll be at a carnival and a clown's like, ooh, and I'm just like, stop. There's people around.
A-Town movie review. It's the A-Town movie review. It's the A-Town movie review. It's the A-Town movie review.
So Stephen King's It is one of my most favoriteest books of all time. I love the horror, I love the comedy, I love the characters. It's a great story. I'm a sucker for a great story. And when a couple years ago when the 2017 reboot came out, I had just finished reading the book, so I had to jump in on seeing that movie. Even though I hate scary movies. You know how I am with scary movies. I was watching it like this the whole time. So now the second It movie is coming out in a little over a week, so I thought, why don't I just review the first one now, and then when the second one comes out, I'll review that and do a little comparison of the two. Hopefully there's an improvement on what I've seen. And I've seen this first It movie a few times, so I know where all the jump scares are, so I can time my eye coverings even better. Real quick, It is about 7 children who have to fight for their lives against this demonic entity thing that takes the form of a clown named Pennywise, and this clown can take on like whatever they're afraid of. It can turn into like a werewolf or a creepy painting lady. It is really trippy. It's really messed up. So Bill Skarsgård plays as Pennywise the clown in this film, and I can't help but compare him to Tim Curry, who played as Pennywise in the 1990s film. And to be honest, I like Bill a bit better, only because he just has that creepiness factor down. Like Tim Curry, his It wasn't creepy to me. It is mostly his voice. His voice was very deep. It was kind of like a smoker voice, whereas Bill's voice is like real high pitch and playful, and in a way just kind of alluring, you know, because like Pennywise doesn't just outright attack children in the book. He either, you know, uses their fear against them, or he like, you know, kind of goads them in, like, hey, I'm a clown, you can trust me, I'm fun. And kids are like, that makes sense, and then they die. And Bill really had that aspect of Pennywise down. And you really see this in action in the first scene when he's like trying to goad little Georgie, one of the characters, to like reach into the sewer grate and get his paper boat. And like that was a super creepy scene. It really showed how talented of an actor Bill Skarsgård is. But then after that scene, the movie doesn't really use him like that anymore. It just then starts relying on typical horror movie tropes, just jump scares. And you know, the jump scares were scary, and there were parts where he was able to be his creepy self, but I would have liked to see more of him just talking to the other children, you know, because there's a lot of that in the book, but in the movie you don't see that. And I feel like if there was more of him just trying to lure children to him besides just trying to scare them, I felt like this movie would have been even more creepy. But the highlight of this movie, the thing that made the movie like great, were the kids that were against It in this movie. Like the actors they picked for these kids, these were the best child actors I've ever seen in a movie, for real. One, they're super funny. They're super fun. Oh my gosh, the kid from, you know, if you've seen the show Stranger Things, he's the kid that like is in love with the girl with telekinesis. He's so hilarious in this movie. I love his character. He plays as Richie. They're just so fantastic. You can like see the chemistry is just perfect on them. They genuinely look like best friends, and they're so fun to watch. Like if this movie was just about 7 kids messing around doing kid stuff, I would have enjoyed it, because these kids were freaking awesome. Overall, I'll say this is a really great reboot. Like it's more, to me, it's more true to the story, to the book, than the original, and I really appreciated that. I do wish they could have utilized Bill Skarsgård's Pennywise a bit more. Like, it could have been a lot more creepy, and I did walk out of the theater a bit disappointed in that aspect. I wish they just utilized him more. But I did appreciate how they used the kids. The kids were really phenomenal, and any issue I had with this movie, the kids made up for it, and I'm definitely going to see the sequel next week. This movie flies in and kicks butt like Captain Marvel. Well, that's all I have for my review. Thank you so much for watching. Before you leave, make sure you put down in the comments below what is your favorite Stephen King movie, novel, Twitter post, whatever the dude writes. What is your favorite thing? Put it in the comments below. And one last thing before I let you go, say hi to my cat. Hi!